Hey guys, welcome to Millennium Computers online 5-minute tutorial series. Today's course is going to take a look at a brand new feature in the pinned reports world. Now, those of you who've been watching these courses for some time, you know that I love my pinned reports. Now, I'm going to show you what the guys have done in version 4.3.05. So this is any version starting at 4.3.05 or higher. If you're lucky enough to be one of those people, this is going to be something you're going to see. And for those of you who aren't quite there yet, it's something you can look forward to. I'm going to show you a cool new feature on the Pinned Reports tab. If you've seen earlier Pinned Reports videos, I used to tell you that if you click on the Execute button and the Report Name button, it's going to do the same thing. It's just going to execute that report for you. Well, if you're running 4.3.05 or higher, it turns out I've been lying to you all this time. So let me show you what they do now, effective this particular version. On my Pinned Reports tab, and notice I'm working on my Human Resource Reporting Pinned Reports tab, but of course, Pinned Reports functionality is the same across all applications within FAST. So once you've mastered one, you've mastered all of them. I want to point out a couple changes to this page. First and foremost, you're going to notice this execute column is now on the far left-hand side of this tab. Now, traditionally, that's always been somewhere over here and a little bit harder to find, right? So now what they've done is they've put it on the left-hand side. It's the first thing you're going to see. So honestly, if I want to just quickly run one of these reports, just come in. If I hover over this button, it just says execute report, which is exactly what it's going to do. So if I click on my little lightning bolt, it's going to execute that report for me. Notice I've got a filter trail up here. If I want to make changes, I have to click back on my filter options tab and re-execute that report. Okay, let's go back to the Pinned Reports tab. And let me show you the other thing that's changed. The second thing that's changed is that if I actually want to run this report, but I first want to modify some filter controls. This would be a typical example of a pinned report that you've saved or pinned using a variety of criteria. You've done a ton of formatting. It's exactly the way you want it, but every time you run it, you may need to modify one or more filter controls. This might be an example of where you've not pinned a dynamic filter. You might have to make changes to a fiscal period or to an academic term or something like that. If that's the case and you want to actually take a look at your filter options before executing the report, what you can do now is, notice if I hover over my report title, it's going to say load page without executing. So what I can do is actually just click on the report title. So this is actually going to just load the filter options page. It's giving me the ability to either take a look at and confirm my filter controls or maybe make a change if I want to. Let's maybe add a couple of additional employee classes here. And before you re-execute the report, I want to point out this taskbar up here. Watch this yellow bar. Once I click execute, I want you to notice the change that happens. So now notice this is saying I have now changed the filter criteria of this pinned report called benefit detail info. So in this case, I've made a change to my base pinned report, which is fine. I have a couple options now, and this is pretty standard functionality. On my pinned button, I can either update my existing pinned report or create a brand new pinned report. Or, of course, the third option is none of the above. If this is all I want to do with this, maybe I want to print it or email it or download my employee benefits statement in PDF. Awesome. We can do that now. And then click back on my Pinned Reports tab. And then my original pinned report is still intact. So in other words, I could quickly execute it with existing criteria or click on the title. It's going to load that filter options page, allow me to make modifications or confirm what's there before I execute it. Now, the rest of this tab is pretty much the same as it always was. I want to point out for those of you pretty new to the report scheduler world, remember that this scheduler option is going to show you which of these reports you've already scheduled for regular delivery to yourself at some interval. If you haven't already done so, be sure to check out the report scheduler videos as well. So that's it for today. I just wanted to show you this cool new feature on my Pinned Reports tab. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you again next time.